Come on. Like, that was so predictable in my book. I was like, come on. Like, you guys weren't expecting me to do that. You guys were begging for it.
Okay, so how did you meet up with your current voice actors / actresses that are currently working with you?
That are currently working with me. I do Zatchbell Abridged by myself, except for this episode. Except for Piotra. Other voice actors I work with often are Nowacking and Desameme. Those are probably my two biffles in the abridged community, other than Zero Master.
And Kaiser.
Kaiser and I don't talk anymore. I wish we did. Kaiser and I got along great, and fantastically at that. He's an amazing guy, but I don't know. I don't know what he thinks of me anymore. Regardless,
must be like, you take too long for episodes.
No, it's more or less like I'm Team 4-star. I'm too busy editing to talk to you. That's how I see it. But then again, that could be me just being a jealous fanboy.
Okay. This is probably a personal question, but where do you get your clips? I heard now you're getting them from the DVDs.
Right. Originally, when I first started abridging, I was doing illicit activities to get them. No, I would pirate like hell. Not that I encourage pirating, but if you really have to, sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to get the Japanese episodes and cut out the subtitles as best as I possibly could, doing a zoom-in, zoom-out effect on Windows Movie Maker for the first 6 episodes of my series.
It worked, though.
Yeah. And now I edit flawlessly in Sony Vegas. I do Angelic Layer abridged, Cowboy Bebop abridged, and Zatchbell abridged. But I'm going off topic.
Currently, what's your favorite abridged series that you're doing?
Favorite that I'm doing? I wish I could spend so much more time on Cowboy Bebop. So much more. Because the first episode could have been a lot funnier if I didn't have to rush it in the end. We had some sick shit planned for that episode that we couldn't pull off in the time limit we gave ourselves. And, but I think overall, it's my most serious abridged series, and it's the one that you could look at and say, holy shit, Borinyukami can follow a plot.
Did you ever think...
Myself, I like Cowboy Bebop, but do you personally?
Oh, I love Cowboy Bebop. It's in my top 5 anime.
This is probably just a question I wasn't going to think of doing, but, how come you didn't decide on calling it just, like, a parody?
Yeah, I thought about it, but, you know, the whole abridged series thing is kind of following me. And I like using it even if it's not... And I like using the word abridged, even if it's not necessarily abridging an episode.
Yeah.
Okay, so, let me think. So what abridged series are you currently doing besides Cowboy Bebop, Angelic Layer, and Zatchbell? Probably mainly like what ones you're voicing in.
Ones I'm voicing in is Tumor GX's Grenadier, abridged. I don't know how to pronounce it. I just finished lines for him yesterday. I'm in various other ones. I play a lot of guest spots and things. But I really don't have any serious roles in any abridged series. It's kind of depressing.
Alright. How long do you plan on abridging for?
That's a difficult question to answer. I plan on leaving the Council of Bushin Goodies. Sorry, spoiler alert. I don't think I'm going to be abridging too much longer. It's a good possibility that either episode 9 or episode 10 will be my last episodes in the abridged community. And I'll finish up some episodes with Angelic Layer abridged, and you'll probably never hear of me again.
Do you have any plans for voice acting in the future, like, professionally?
I would love to start my own company, to be honest. I'm not a big fan of ADV or Funimation, and I don't think they're handling the whole thing right. I think they're using the same stale voice actors over and over and over again, never thinking to hire outside of the company. They need some new voices in there to get the right thing. And I'm not saying I'm that right voice, but I'm saying there are a lot of talented voice actors in the abridged community, and I could get a hold of them pretty easily. And I think with all of us, we can make a pretty serious dub and make it well.
Yeah. I mean, you know Prince Roy. Have you ever heard of Prince Roy?
I don't know him well.
He's currently working for Funimation, and he's still doing parodies.
Is he?
Yeah, he got hired for I forgot what anime was it, but it was just a filler character role. But I'm pretty sure he's doing like more stuff with the abridged thing. Like he's still doing a lot of roles. Is what I mean.
It's good for him.
Let me see.
What would you call your abridging company if you had one?
What would I call my company?
I mean, not abridging, but dubbing.
I have no fucking clue. To be honest, it would require a lot of thought. Probably something a little silly, but at the same time serious. Like maybe We Killed Kenny.
Incorporated.
I got like a few more questions. One would be, let me just. What do you think of the abridged/parody community compared to how it was last year?
This year was a sad year in abridging, to be honest. I saw nothing that ever caught my interest or nothing that said, this is going to be the next big abridged series. It was a lot of old abridgers making some new episodes at points.
We even lost one of our own abridgers.
Yes, we did. We lost Rem's creator, and it was a very depressing day in the abridged community. He was a very talented young man, and I think he could have gone very far.
Do you know Rems personally?
I do not. I wish I did. He seemed like a very nice man. I never got a chance to voice chat with him, even though he really wanted to. I was always just too busy, and I feel bad that I never made time for it.
Yeah. Let me see.
Away from the abridging, what musical bands do you like?
Musical bands. When it comes to bands, the only bands when I say bands, I mean like bands I can actually listen to the songs from. Like not just a few songs here and there. Would be Iron Maiden, AC/DC, Metallica, Queensryche, and probably Jimi Hendrix.
Nice.
Cool.
Do you like Nirvana?
I'm not a huge Nirvana fan.
Let me see. What catches your eye within the Bridge series? By the ones that like what are your standards for one?
Well, it's hard to say because my Bridge series started off so crappy, and when I watch the first episode, I have to remember it's their first episode, that it will probably get much better. When it comes to the second episode and nothing's changed, that's when I start becoming critical of it. A lot of advice I have to give to abridgers is, especially when they ask me to watch their episodes, would be, you need to watch your distance from the microphone. When voice acting, make sure there's no pops. Look over your audio. If you fucked up on a line, redo it. You do not just leave a fuck up in there. You don't go, and forget what you're supposed to say and leave that there, or trip over your own words and leave that in there, because then it looks unprofessional for yourself. Well, I understand it's for fun. At the same time, you have to have a certain serious aspect with it. Think of it as if it was a job when you're voice acting. Think about it as a voice act. Push it as a voice actor. And a lot of times I criticize editing and video quality. When it comes down to scripts, it's very hard because everyone has a different sense of humor. And if it doesn't catch my sense of humor, I'm going to say, I thought you made a very good abridged series. I didn't get it.
Yeah. Have you ever found abridging to become overwhelming?
Absolutely, it does become like a job at points, and it becomes like something you feel you're required to do. And that's why I haven't made an episode, because it's become this overbearing object above myself. becomes very hard and almost feels like there's a rope around my neck sometimes.
Okay, let me
But
pause
I'm
right there.
out of
Sorry.
that.
Let me just pause this for a second.